আমি সকালে যখন ফজরের আজান দেয়
Every day I have to cycle nearly 30 to 40 kilometres, says Mohammad Rafiq, a street vendor who has been doing this job for the past 12 years. Every morning, he sets off at dawn on his bicycle in search of a living. After a long day of hard work, he earns only $4 to $5. Yet even with that modest income, he has managed to build his own home and support his 2 sons' education. On the other hand, Selim, who works in the same trade, hasn't been as fortunate. He lives about 50 kilometres from home in an abandoned school building. He cooks his own meals and spends his days in constant struggle. Today, we'll spend the whole day with these 2 hard-working men. We'll explore their challenges and see how they manage to make ends meet with their limited income. Plus, we'll find out if they have any complaints about the lives they lead. In a country with a large population, a variety of jobs exist, particularly in Bangladesh. With nearly 180 million people in just 147,570 square kilometres, it's one of the world's most densely populated countries. The United Nations reports that over 41 million live in extreme poverty. To survive, many resort to street vending, a vital profession. Across Bangladesh, especially in rural areas, you'll often see vendors on bicycles loaded with goods, ranging from kitchen essentials to toys. These vendors are vital to the rural economy as they bring goods to areas that might not have easy access to markets, and their trade helps sustain countless communities. Most vendors, despite their challenging circumstances, display remarkable resilience. They come from low-income backgrounds, starting with little money and surviving on daily profits. Life is challenging and uncertain, yet they greet customers with smiles, striving to earn a living. For many rural households, especially women, these vendors are a lifeline. They bring the market to their doorstep and save time, energy, and travel costs. Mohammad Rafiq begins his day at dawn, starting with feeding his livestock. He then heads to his beetle leaf garden, a valuable source of income in this region. Alongside his work as a street vendor, Rafiq also puts in a lot of hard labour at his beetle farm. His village in the Rajashi district has about 700 residents. It is surrounded by green fields that resemble an island in a farmland landscape. This landscape is typical of Bangladesh, shaped by centuries of river activity. After finishing his morning tasks, Rafiq freshens up before going to the market to sell yesterday's items and buy new goods. Like many rural vendors in Bangladesh, he often trades goods for cash, exchanging them for items like hair and duck feathers. Today, he plans to sell the hair and feathers collected to his supplier. He mounts his motorcycle for the 6-kilometre trip to the market, making this journey, which involves selling and restocking, a vital part of his life. Meanwhile, Selim awakens in an abandoned school building, which serves as his temporary shelter. His morning begins with food preparation, but he isn't alone. 4 others share this space with him, and a total of 10 street vendors from the same area reside in these small rooms. The building, though abandoned, provides a roof over their heads. But the conditions are far from ideal, with limited space and resources. Once they rise, they divide the chores and get busy in the open kitchen. Today's menu is simple yet satisfying, featuring rice, lentils, mashed potatoes, and fried eggs. They also prepare lunch ahead of time to avoid any hassle later in the day. Despite their challenges, the open kitchen resonates with laughter, humour and stories. Their modest morning routine cultivates a strong sense of community and happiness, making them feel connected despite their harsh realities. Upon reaching the market, Rafiq went straight to his supplier's shop to weigh the duck feathers and hair from the day before. He earned $5, which he now needed for today's shopping. Before starting, he quenched his thirst for tea at a nearby stall, squeezing into the crowded space. He grabbed a banana for a quick bite and sipped a steaming cup of tea. As it warmed him, he thought about his shopping list and the tasks ahead. Once he finished his tea, he headed to the wholesale market, where he carefully selected his items with a practiced eye. After the shopkeeper calculated the total, Rafiq counted his money and moved deeper into the market for a few more purchases. With all his shopping completed, he loaded the goods onto his motorcycle and rode home. Meanwhile, after cooking, Selim and his companions enjoyed breakfast with rice, lentils and mashed potatoes. For lunch, they saved some rice, leftover mashed potatoes and fried eggs. Even managing 2 eggs a day between them is a challenge, a reminder of the harsh realities they face daily. They laughed and conversed, finding joy in each other's company despite their harsh realities. After the meal, they walked to buy goods, using their earnings from yesterday, stopping briefly at a roadside tea stall. Over tea and shared cigarettes, they shake off the morning weariness before heading to the supplier's shop. At the shop, Selim sells the collected hair and selects needed items, counting cash to secure his purchases. His temporary shelter is a 5-minute walk away, and he returns with supplies. Back home, Selim retrieves his old bicycle and organises his goods in the nearby field. Yesterday's unsold items and today's fresh stock carefully on the bike. Soon, under the scorching sun, sweat on his brow and determination in his heart, Selim will start the second chapter of his day, the daily struggle to sell. After shopping, Rafiq returned home briefly before heading to his in-laws' house nearby for a warm breakfast of rice and curry. Satisfied, he prepared for his day's work, organising colourful toys, tangy pickles, hair ribbons, affordable jewellery and daily essentials in a box on his bicycle. Fully prepared, he hit the road, pedalling slowly down winding dirt paths toward nearby villages. At a familiar selling spot, he blew his whistle to attract customers, trading goods for duck feathers, human hair or cash, mostly to young children and housewives. Soon, kids gather around, exchanging coins or hair for toys and treats. While women emerge to buy daily essentials delivered to their doorsteps. Under the blazing sun, with sweat on his brow and whistle in hand, Rafiq journeyed from village to village, his mobile shop and voice echoing through the fields, fueled by determination. Selim sets off with his overloaded bicycle, pushing it step by step due to the weight. Soon he encounters his first customer, a housewife at her doorstep. Most of Selim's buyers are women and elderly villagers who are unable to travel to the market. Vendors like him are their lifeline. With a friendly smile, he calls, "Hey auntie, need anything? Got fresh new items today." His warmth draws them out of their homes. This work demands time and patience. Selim unpacks items, explaining and bargaining as he goes. Some pay cash. Others say, "I don't have money today, I'll pay later." He nods kindly and notes it in his old ledger. After sales at one location, he pushes the heavy bike to the next house or village. Despite the sun, sweat and fatigue, the urgency of providing for his family keeps Selim moving. His ledger growing heavier alongside his resolve. It's a peak summer afternoon in rural Bangladesh, with temperatures over 40 degrees Celsius and draining humidity. Yet, Rafiq's bicycle moves between villages, carrying heavy loads. He's already 15 kilometres from home and often has to push or pull it through rough patches. As the afternoon stretches, the sun intensifies, but customers don't arrive. Rafiq realises it's prayer time. He washes up at a nearby tube well, parks his bicycle next to a small platform, and prepares for namaz. While praying, nature calms him. The gentle breeze, the soft chirping of birds, and the quiet serenity of the countryside provide a peaceful contrast to the noise and chaos of city life. Who would imagine that the same country has a capital, Dhaka, where the honking horns, traffic jams, and crowded streets leave people gasping for air? Here on a rural path, a street vendor's brief moment of prayer tells a different, more peaceful story. After prayer, Rafiq returns to his bicycle. More roads and villages await, but that quiet moment provides renewed strength for his journey far ahead. Selim's bicycle squeaks along the village paths, a familiar sound. Most customers are regulars, and he's built friendly relationships with them. Every transaction becomes more than just a sale. It's a small gathering to chat and catch up. Sales might be low today, but Selim's smile remains. A group of lively children inspects his goods. Some choose balloons, others pickles. Their joy in small purchases validates his hard work, showing that satisfaction comes in these simple moments. After finishing his prayers, Mohammad Rafiq sets off again on his bicycle. Driven to earn a living, he pedals mile after mile. The afternoon stretches into evening, and the sun descends towards the horizon. Yet Rafiq's journey continues. The hours of cycling begin to take their toll, and by nightfall, the pain in his legs becomes unbearable. But Rafiq knows this is his only source of livelihood. He dreams of leaving this profession behind. My eldest son is nearly done with his studies. Once he gets a job, I'll quit this work. Yet reality always looms. His younger son is still in school, and as long as the family's responsibilities remain, Rafiq must continue. He mentioned that many in society look down on his profession, but he takes pride in his work. I'm in business. I'm not stealing. If people respected our work more, maybe we'd feel more love for it. By the end of the day, Rafiq has cycled nearly 40 kilometres, with about 10 kilometres left to home. After all the grueling hours, he's earned just $4. The stark contrast between his efforts and the meagre reward is a constant reality. With a weary body and a heart full of patience, Rafiq presses on, heading toward the quiet shade of his village, his journey far from over. Meanwhile, Selim finishes his work and pushes his bicycle home. The weight makes the walk tiring, and his exhaustion grows with every step. Once home, he counts today's earnings, just $3 after expenses. This isn't enough for his daughter's school fees or household expenses. Managing his small family with a wife and a 10-year-old daughter is increasingly difficult, but he can't afford despair. There's still dinner to prepare. First, he must go to the market. Determined, Selim heads out to buy fish, spices, vegetables and rice. Once he arrives at the market, he happily selects each item one by one. After shopping, he returns home. Evening has settled in. It's bath time. The small river beside the school building is his only washing option. Selim, along with a co-worker, steps into the water. As they bathe, the last light of the day fades. Back home, Selim and a few others prepare the meal. One cleans the fish and another chops vegetables and onions. As they get everything ready, cooking begins. Like in the morning, their work is filled with laughter and conversation, making for a simple yet heartwarming routine. It feels like a night lasting 1,000 years. Year after year, they do the same work. No matter the scorching summer heat, relentless monsoon rains, or biting winter cold, nothing can stop them. From narrow city alleys to winding village paths, they tirelessly seek customers. Their lives are uncertain. Each day, they don't know how much they'll earn. Some days bring good profits, while others yield nothing. Illness or calamity brings severe hardship to their families. They lack social safety nets, no pensions or health insurance. Constantly worried about their children's future, they strive to educate them for better professions, yet poverty often shatters that dream. These street vendors undeniably contribute to society, making our lives easier. We should show them empathy and respect. The government and society must unite to ensure their access to social security. Improving their quality of life positively impacts the entire economy. In conclusion, we must acknowledge that these vendors, roaming with their wares, struggle for their livelihoods. Let's be more empathetic towards their tough lives and recognise their contributions. Their stories reflect the reality of our society and teach us to be more humane.